There he is.
Danny Dimes leads the NFL in passing yards. Crazy.
Michael Penis.
Hey, you beat me to it.
I mean, we went through this, right? Like, it's weird, right?
Mike Vick, Mike.
Well,
penis.
So
now I'm saying penis.
So they're both left-handed.
Yep.
Both black dudes.
Yep.
Both like dual threat quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And both, if you change one letter in their last name, and their first name's Michael too.
Yeah, first name's
and if you change one letter in their last name, it's a slang term for dick. Yeah, that's weird.
That's
man.
pretty wild. That's pretty wild. It's a slang term for dick. Well, one is a slang term.
Oh yeah,
for
one
penis.
is the medical term.
Yeah, one's the medical
That's a good
term.
point.
Yeah. So I guess he would be more professional. I guess.
Well, I mean, hopefully he's not doing horrible things to dogs.
Well.
Look, Mike's living a quiet life. He seems to have learned from the penal experience. I hope Mike's doing. Oh my God! I just said the penal experience.
All right. So my name's Daryl.
Chuck.
And this is Down the Tubi, the cast covering a collection of the greatest B through Z movies that you can find anywhere on the streaming app.
I was going to say we needed a tagline, and that's not bad. Good job.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, check that out. So, today we're talking about two movies.
Wait, was that off dome, or were you workshopping that?
That's off dome. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm black, so freestyle, my guy. Okay, so today we're talking about the American high school comedy parody satire High School High, starring Jon Lovitz, directed by Hart Bochner.
You know who Hart Bochner is?
No, I'm not familiar.
He played the scummy dude Ellis in Die Hard.
Ah, okay.
Hans Booby.
Hart Bochner. Okay, so actor director. Okay, now is this the only thing he's directed, or did you?
No,
check this out?
I think he's got a couple others.
Okay.
We should say right off top here that this, unfortunately, as we're recording, is no longer available on Tubi, so you would have to pony up $4 or something for it.
Yeah, or you find one of those illegal streaming sites that are totally legal.
The dark web.
Yeah. Is it the dark web though? I mean, it's the websites are pretty bright. You
Yeah,
know? There's a white background, so
that's a good point.
So
That's a white background.
So we're talking about that, and we're also talking about 1990s. I guess it would be considered a classic at this point.
It's pretty iconic.
Yeah, Frankenhooker. If you've never seen Frankenhooker, pause this podcast right now, go watch Frankenhooker, and watch High School High too, of course.
Yeah, I think Frankenhooker basically lives on Tubi, so
yeah, it's never going anywhere. They have like an exclusive contract.
So Hart Bochner directed 2 feature films, this and PCU, which is excellent.
Really?
Well, I mean, I have a soft spot for PCU.
Okay. Why?
It's something I saw at an impressionable age. You know, it's about a scuzzy fraternity, and there's a band in it, and that's where the legendary "Don't wear the shirt of the band you're going to see. Don't be that guy." That's where it came from PCU.
Okay. Now, have you seen PCU since? Or?
Yeah. It's hard to find. It's not streaming anywhere or anything.
Oh shit.
So big career as a director for Hart Bochner. Wow. He really thought he was going to get one over on Hans too in Die Hard. It didn't work out for him.
All right, so starting off with High School High.
High School High.
High School High. I said Hart School High. Is that what I said?
Maybe.
Okay, so it's directed by Hart Bochner, and it's basically a comedy about an idealistic teacher from a cushy school that his father happens to run. He's got aspirations to go to the inner city and save the youth. And hilarity ensues. Not even hilarity, just a bunch of shenanigans, because some of it's not really that funny.
No, there are long lulls in this movie where it almost seems like it's trying to be a straight movie, and there aren't that many jokes.
Right.
I would assume, I didn't look at the chronology, but it seems like the movie that they're parodying the most would be Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, and I think Dangerous Minds came out in, 94?
Yeah, 95 maybe.
95 maybe. So this was like a year after. They were watching closely.
Yeah, 95. But yeah, there was definitely a glut of like white teacher goes to the hood and tries to help people films for a little while there.
Yeah. So initial reaction of High School High, what did you think?
you know, I chuckled a few times, but it's pretty weak. They were trying to make these movies a lot in these days. You know, they probably ran this script by Leslie Nielsen, and he said no, thank you. So they went and got Lovitz.
Yeah, because Zucker's involved, right?
Well, one of them,
the producers, yeah.
One or both of them. Yeah, Zucker and Abrams were the airplane guys. Yeah, both the Zucker brothers are
Naked Gun and all those.
Yeah, and it was written by one of the Zuckers and this other guy, Pat Proft, who was involved in all of those things.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for me, High School High, it's passable. You know, watching it today in 2025, like, I'm tired of this type of trope, really.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of it didn't hit for me. A lot of it was like just a bunch of stereotypes on top of stereotypes on top of stereotypes. And, you know, that's just not fun anymore. You know, it's just a sign of the times.
Well, and it's also on that same note, a lot of the humor at a certain point, I tried to take notes about this movie. And at a certain point, I gave up trying to say specific things because there's just not much to say. It's really just a collection of gags. But I started keeping a list of jokes or references in the movie that I think someone born after like 1998 wouldn't understand. So, like, you want to hear some of those?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, let me start off with the opening of the film.
Go ahead.
The opening is kind of wild.
Go ahead.
It's within the span of the opening credits, which is like 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Here I go timestamp.
Well, here I'll drop you the first one. There is a Prince symbol joke in the opening credits. So that was my number one dated reference.
People wouldn't get that.
Yeah. Go on.
Definitely not. Okay, so then we meet Richard Clark, which is kind of funny because he's
Dick Clark.
Dick Clark also, and he's Mr. Clark parodying Lean on Me. He's offered a cushy promotion at the Wellington Academy that's run by his father, but he rejects this to go to Marion Barry High School.
Dated joke number 2.
There we go.
Nobody knows who Marion Barry is anymore.
No one has a clue. Do you want to elaborate on?
Marion Barry was the mayor of Washington, D.C., who got in trouble for smoking crack. This is the short version.
Yeah.
Even Rob Ford, the mayor of Toronto, who got in trouble doing the same thing. That's kind of a dated reference.
Yeah. Rob Ford was iconic. So Marion Barry High School is in South Central LA, I'm guessing. Like, that's what it seems like. And it's like as soon as Richard crosses over, Dick Clark, whatever you want to call him, as soon as he crosses over into the urban district, like, his radio station automatically changes. And then as he gets to the school, he gets carjacked, his lunch gets run over, and his watch gets stolen and almost sold back to him. Like, they're not really limiting how ridiculous shit is in this school.
No, and, you know, they are kind of equal opportunity poking fun at things. Like, one of the early lines that got a laugh out of me is before he heads to the urban school. He's at Wellington Academy, and the receptionist answers the phone. Wellington Academy, are you white?
Oh, please.
Yeah,
I'll put you right through.
I got a little bit of a chuckle at that, but you know, if you there's a road you can go down where you're like, everybody who made this movie was white, and while they're, you know, playing with tropes and things, it's a little bit like, but that's for another show, I think.
Yeah. So, all right, as we continue on.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. He's driving a Plymouth Acclaim K car, which was my first car, so I got a kick out of that.
There you go. Separated at birth. A-alikes. All right. So next we're quickly introduced to like the main players in this film. We meet Griff, who's returning from juvie, played by young Mekhi Phifer. We meet Paco, who runs Griff's old gang and doesn't even go to the school, played by a young Guillermo Diaz. Yeah. Then we meet the big bad Principal Evelyn Doyle, who's played by
Louise Fletcher, Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was fun casting.
Yeah, and then we meet Victoria Chapel, played by to this day still bad Tia Carrere. She's the love interest, and she's like wet for Clark from the rip.
Yeah, which is probably the funniest thing in this whole movie.
Yeah, this scene in particular where you meet all these characters, that pretty much lets you know everything you need to know about them. Where everyone comes from, everyone's motivations for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, and then we just keep going, and it's funny. We get to a part where Clark is being escorted to the classroom, and we find out that his father wrote a book, The Inner City Dilemma, Why Some Children Can't Learn. Like, and that's what did she say? Like, everyone in the district reads that book or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Like, ridiculous shit.
Yeah, and then there's a reference to Johnny Cochran somewhere in there, which I wrote down as another dated 90s joke.
Yeah, when he's driving up to the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one that they won't get. Definitely.
Before he goes to the classroom, and maybe are high top fades back? Because there was like a comically large high top fade, and the principal takes a baseball bat to it,
and it gets stuck. Yeah. Damn, high top fades. I don't know. You're asking someone who doesn't have hair.
Yeah,
so
that's fair. I didn't mean to.
So I don't know if the high top fades are back. I know razor to scalp is in for me at least.
Here's another question. Talking about things. How things are now. Are kids named Anthony anymore, or is that done now that Penny has been retired for a long time?
Yeah, because I guarantee you, if Penny wasn't already famous, that character's name is not Anthony.
Yeah, well, I mean, and they mine a lot of comedy out of the fact that Richard thinks his name is Anthony, which that's one of the less successful bits in the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I wrote down another thing when they're going to the classroom. A guy has lines shaved in his head, and there's toy cars racing through them.
That's just pretty wild.
I kind of got a chuckle out of that.
That's just pretty wild. That was one of the things that I vividly remembered from seeing it as a kid.
Yeah,
where the car is running through and Rhinestone Cowboy, which we'll get on later.
Yeah.
All right, so throughout all this crazy shit that's happening, Richard remains super idealistic, and no matter how outlandishly dire shit gets, he's still sticking to his guns with the way he's approaching things. So eventually he meets his class, and we're introduced to two new characters. This is Natalie and the aforementioned Anthony. And we meet teen mother and wife Julie.
I'd like to note that Natalie is an aspiring poet.
Yes.
And
so is Anthony.
She reads a poem and she ends it with, "I couldn't find anything to rhyme with festering drippage," which I thought was kind of funny.
Now, did you find anything to rhyme with festering drippage? Because I gave it a shot and I couldn't come up with anything.
Go ahead.
Well, I couldn't come up with anything.
No? No, give me till the end of the show. Maybe I'll have something for you.
No, and after I tell you I'm black and I can freestyle, I should be able to come up with something.
Come on, man.
So after we meet them, and despite how disrespectful the kids are to Clark, he truly believes he's making progress. They're writing Mr. Clark is a homo on the board 1 million times.
Yeah.
They're writing. They light his desk on fire.
I think the aspect ratio was a little off because I think in my TV it looked like it said more like Mr. Clark is a hom.
Oh, nah. I got the O on there.
Did you?
Yeah, I got the O. All right. Pause. Maybe. Yeah. It's under review.
90s joke. There's some slang terms that don't exist anymore, like shiznit and hitting skins.
Hitting skins. Anthony definitely says that in his poem.
He does.
Oh man,
I forgot. Anthony kicks a little something.
Oh yeah. His poem is wild. It's called "Love Could Be a Wonderful Thing."
Was that guy in anything else? Who's that actor?
I saw his name. I'm not familiar.
The teen mother is played by Natasha Gregson Wagner, who went on to be in some other movies. Her father is. I thought her father was the composer Gregson, but her mother is Natalie Wood, who is a famous actress.
Wow.
Yeah, she did
Maria.
Right around the same time she did Lost Highway, the David Lynch movie. She was bad in those days.
Natalie Wood?
Yeah, no, her daughter.
Oh,
I mean, Natalie Wood was a beautiful woman, too.
Natalie Wood was insane.
Yeah, actually, this movie came out right before the David Lynch movie she did. And then she was in Urban Legend, and she had a little part in High Fidelity. And then she didn't work much. It seemed like she was maybe going to be something in the 90s.
And then just crashed and fizzled out.
Guillermo Diaz's character's full name is Paco de la Vega al Camino Cordoba.
Wait, that's not the whole thing, is it?
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. Paco de la Vega al Camino Cordoba Jose Cuervo Sanchez Rodriguez Jr. All right, that's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, because he takes the deep breath before saying Junior. So that part was kind of funny.
And Mekhi Phifer, he'd done a couple Spike Lee movies. He'd already done Clockers by this point, and apparently he was in Girl 6. I wouldn't know because you can't find Girl 6 anywhere.
Wow, I didn't know he was in Girl 6.
So, but I mean,
That's Teresa Randall, right?
Yeah, he was a very new actor at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is before he did Soul Food. This is before, because I think in '98 is when he got on. No, it was a little bit longer. Maybe it was in '98 when he got on ER.
Yeah, that was when he did I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And a couple years later, he was in 8 Mile.
Yeah,
so
as Future. That's right. Future was supposed to be Proof.
Immortalized in a bar in the theme song. There's no movie. There's no Mekhi Phifer.
Right. Holy shit. Damn. I haven't listened to 8 Mile soundtrack in decades at this point.
Treat yourself. But yeah, so that's some background about where some of these actors were. Tia Carrere never really had much of a career. She did Wayne's World.
I'm telling you, she's still swingable.
Swing. Right. Oh shit! True Lies too. I forgot. She had a little run here. Yeah. She did Jury Duty with Paulie.
Yeah, and she's in one of my favorites, Meet Prince Charming.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, it's super low budget. It might be like a direct to like Showtime movie that came on in like the early 2000s.
Huh.
Yeah, it's damn. I'm trying to think who else is in it. It's the actor. I've seen him in other things. He's been in like the Baywatch series or some shit like that. Yeah,
It's on Tubi, man.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. I haven't seen it in years, so
put a pin in that one.
Yeah, it's probably trash, but check it out. So, not having much of a social life, Clark chaperones a dance that same night, his first day with Victoria. And this is where we finally hear Glenn Campbell's hit Rhinestone Cowboy.
The remix.
And somehow, Clark's earned enough respect from Anthony that like Anthony's running his gang's operations.
You even called him Anthony. The man's name is Anthony.
Anthony. Oh man, I'm fucking up. So runs like his Anthony runs his gang's operations like through Clark. He's like, yo, Clark, if I was about to say Guillermo. If Paco and his crew comes here, like, what do you want us to do? Which is crazy because what did Clark do in the span of 7.5 hours to be like, oh, I have the respect of these kids?
Yeah, I don't know. Going too far down the road of giving these characters motivation is probably a fool's errand. Yeah. But so that's when the drag race happens, right? Mm-hmm. Right after the dance scene.
After the dance scene,
yeah.
After the dance scene, then we get the chickie run.
Yeah. So I wanted to. I did write another 90s reference. One of their cars has a Don King a bobblehead or figure or something on the dashboard.
No one knows who Don King is these days.
Yeah. It's a hood ornament. Right. Yeah, that's a dated reference. I also wrote a little while later, there's an attempted sexual assault by Paco, and he goes, I know you want this. I read Mike Tyson's book, and I wrote that down crazy. As a dated reference, but people might still know about Mike Tyson, so maybe that one's disqualified.
I don't think so.
No?
I think they know about Mike Tyson, but I don't think they know about Mike Tyson and Robin Givens.
Desiree was the...
Was that who it was? I thought it was? Oh, that's right. It was... Wait. He was married to Robin Givens.
Yeah.
He was just beating Robin Givens' ass.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Desiree Washington is alive.
Right. Was that a Mike Tyson impression right there?
Yeah. That turned out more like a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, very much.
I gotta bring the pitch up a little bit, and I think I can do it.
That's like Michael Jackson Dangerous era. That's what that was.
It's very specific.
Very specific, yeah. Because he had a little bit of bass in his voice during like Thriller.
All right, I feel like I need to redeem myself here. Let me give this a shot.
Go for it.
I don't have anything against Riddick Bowe, but I will eat his children.
You got to be a little bit higher pitch.
Yeah.
That's it. But you got it though. You got the lisp. It's there.
Right. Anyway, go on.
All right. So after the chickie run, which I guess is just a race to play chicken with a cliff, because where were they driving to? They just went off the cliff.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like... it's kind of meant to be a reference to like Rebel Without a Cause or something, which even at that time was pretty dated.
Right. So no one was going to get that. But I thought it was interesting how they kind of closed the loop here, where when Richard gets to the school the first time, his car gets stolen. And now for the race, you see Griff is driving his car.
And listen, having driven one of those, you're not getting much pickup in that car.
So it wouldn't have been much of a race.
Bought that for $1,200.
Sheesh. So the next day, Richard is all of a sudden respected by the kids, and they still don't want to do the work.
No.
Yeah. So I guess they like him enough that they don't want to give him a hard time. But yeah, that's where we're at. And then we jump over to career day, and this is where Paco's trying to buy out Griff, and then this is where the sexual assault on Victoria happened.
And then there's another dated joke there. Paco has a knife, and it somehow gets thrown, and Bob Dole, the failed 1996 presidential candidate, is on a magazine cover, and the knife falls in a manner that suggests that Bob Dole has a big hard dick.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who Bob Dole is anymore.
No one does. Yeah, failed politicians, like, they kind of drop off super fast. Like, people probably don't even know who Paul Ryan is anymore.
Thank God. Bob Dole was only like 72 or something, and people were cringing at the idea that an old man like that could be president. And now look where we are. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Let's not segue or veer off too much. All right. So after the attempted assault, Clark gets Victoria home, smashes and dashes.
Oh, another 90s joke. What do they do when they turn out the lights? They use
the clapper.
The clapper. Nobody knows what the clapper is anymore.
He used the clapper before he got clapping.
He used the clapper and then he clapped those cheeks.
That's it. Smash and dash. And then he sees Griff walking into a strip club. Apparently, Griff lives above the strip club, and he tells Clark that he wants to go to college.
God bless.
You know? So Clark's like, yo, I can help you get into college. Help me get my white savior on. So Griff agrees, and then we get a montage of the kids participating in class, planting trees and shit.
Okay, here's a question. Is that a dated 90s reference because the montage is set to Come On Ride the Train?
Yes,
which is a very 90s song.
Oh, yes. That's a tag team, right?
Quad City DJs.
Quad City DJs. Damn. What did tag team do?
Whoop, there it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Tag team is referenced in the movie.
Oh, are they?
They are. So after we get this montage, we start to see that Clark's impact isn't just affecting his classroom, it's affecting the school, it's affecting the city too, because the strip club becomes like a erotic theater.
That was kind of a funny bit.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I chuckled some at this movie, but it's just the jokes to dead air ratio is just off.
Oh yeah. The montage is a good part. And another part that's funny in the montage where they close a loop is earlier in the movie, there's a assembly where Principal Doyle is introducing everybody. She holds up a milk carton. She's like, if you've seen the assistant principal,
right.
Just let him go. So now that things are turning around at the school, the assistant principal is released. So that was pretty cool.
Speaking of those assemblies, there's a recurring gag with the butch gym teacher who keeps calling him Pickle Dick. And Pickle Dick's a pretty funny insult.
Pickle Dick's a great insult. It's not as good as like Numbskull and Nincompoop, but it's pretty good.
I just like that it doesn't make any sense, really.
Nah. How do you pickle let's not think about it.
Best not to go too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. So the class ends up taking a bullshit standardized test, and some bullshit ensues, and Paco and his boys switch the test, and now everyone's failed. And of course, everything goes to shit. Clark gets fired. Doyle's happy.
When they take the test, apparently Clark is not allowed to be there, and that's the setting for the last 90s joke that I wrote down. He's at home while they're taking the test, and he tries to do his hair with a Flowbee, and it malfunctions.
Okay.
Flowbee, for anyone under 60, was a product that was marketed. It was a vacuum that supposedly cut your hair. They had it in late-night infomercials.
Wow, Flowbee. See, I wasn't even familiar with the Flowbee.
There's a Flowbee joke in Wayne's World, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yeah, I missed the Flowbee joke. Damn. Okay, so after the standardized test debacle, everyone's sad and shit. Everything seems like it's going back to shits. But inexplicably, Anthony finds out that Paco switched the test. There's like no clues, no hints or anything. Just Anthony comes up and he's like, Paco did it. So they go out to find Richard, and he's hallucinating a game of Russian roulette, apparently next to a baby gorilla.
That's the deer hunter. That's what that scene's referencing. Yeah.
Okay. So the plan then switches to saving Griff because he's about to do some nefarious shit with Paco. And things end up getting a lot realer than Richard expected. Yeah.
There's the whole climax takes place in a restaurant where he's trying to disrupt a drug deal. He pretends to be a waiter, and the buyer threatens to shove a breadstick up his ass, which is
DeMarco. Yeah, that actually leads to the part in the movie where I probably laughed the hardest.
Which was?
Because they show up as the waiters, and they're dressed up in the clothes, and the clothes are soaking wet. So after that happens, a little bit goes by, and then the DeMarco and his boy end up seeing them again. And DeMarco's like, yo, those are the waiters. And his partner is like, yeah, where the hell's our dinner? And I cracked up. I was like, that shit's pretty funny.
That's subtle. That's good. I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah, that shit was good. Outside of that, though,
Then, of course, the big reveal is that the principal, Nurse Ratched, is actually the big drug boss. But
Mr. A.
I mean, you know, this isn't a movie you're watching for plot.
Nah.
And it, like I said, that is a clever bit of casting. But I mean, you're not watching it for the big reveal.
No, definitely not. It was funny. All the kids come into the restaurant at the end as they're all surrounding Mr. A, and they're all spitting out random facts that they've learned.
Yeah, there's some funny stuff with that. At one point when he's quizzing them, they're talking about famous Lincolns, and of course who wrote the Gettysburg Address or whatever. And then it was like, who makes the best town car?
Cadillac.
Yeah, that's I chuckled at that. I don't think I belly laughed once during this movie, but I chuckled a few times.
Yeah. Nah, just where the hell's my dinner? That's the only time they got me with something. So then, the kids are going back to school. Clark's the principal now. He's handing out diplomas to the graduating class, which is only 6 kids. And Griff is their valedictorian with a GPA of, 2.35?
Something like that.
So then the movie ends, and Marion Barry High School is being renamed to Chuck Berry High School.
Man, I must have turned it off before that happened. I don't remember that.
Post-credit scenes.
I was out.
Yeah, man. Post-credit scenes. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's where we're at.
This movie had a stinger, huh?
Yeah. Surprisingly. So yeah, that's High School High. You telling them to watch this or no?
Nah, man. Go watch Naked Gun or Airplane. You're good.
Yeah. I can't recommend this either. Aside from like 1 or 2 jokes that like legitimately elicited a genuine laugh out of me. There's just not much here. The stereotypes are dated. The references are dated. The trope is dated. It's not it.
I'm not angry I watched it, but at 41 years old, I think it's a good chance that's the last time I ever watch it in my life.
Same here. Yeah, this is never happening again. All right, so we're going to take a short break. I don't know. Do we mention this now or?
Oh, we'll just say we got a special treat for you.
Yeah. To the max. All right, we back on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you didn't know that Tubi had original programming. We do, and now we're gonna start what may be a long journey through the 4 seasons of The Lesbian Homie.
Yo, this is wow. I don't even know how to describe The Lesbian Homie.
Well, The Lesbian Homie started out as a YouTube show, clearly. My understanding is as it goes on a little bit, it becomes more like an actual television program.
That's what it seems like, because we're going from, 2-episode first season?
To like 6 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
I think the log line for this, and I texted this to you, is that it's basically Ghetto chasing Amy.
Right.
Like a straight guy catches feelings for a gay woman, and the gay woman starts to question herself.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much spot on what this is.
And the short version is, I mean, I guess the slightly longer version than that. There's a guy played by Jedi Pickett named Bruce.
Big Ja. That's all I know. Big Ja.
Big Ja. And he's friends with this woman named E, which is later revealed to be short for Essence. Essence is speaking to a girlfriend of hers who says that you can't for sure know that you're gay unless you've had dick once. And so she comes over Bruce's and throws him a little something and gets a little addicted to the D. Yeah. Tells her girls that the D is good. Her girls come over and get some D too. And then Bruce catches feelings
for E.
Yeah, she sees a hair and realizes that he's been hitting all the gay friends too.
So she gets jealous.
Yeah. And then he goes over and tries to have a heart-to-heart chat with her at the house. She's got a baddie with her and doesn't really want to talk.
She got to tend to her meats. I was dying. Oh, man.
And meanwhile, there's a mutual friend who you get the impression introduced the two of them, Dante, Tay. And Tay gets a little pressed when he realizes that they've been smashing because, I don't know, do you think Tay wanted to hit E, or he just thinks that, he should have been is he angry that she didn't tell him she wanted some dick? Like, he felt like, as a friend, she wasn't being totally forthright with him, or?
Well, initially he says that he's upset because hanging out with E got him bitches.
Okay.
So his well of bitches has dried up. So that's an issue. But then once he finds out that E likes dick, of course he wanted some. Definitely.
Tay is played by someone named G. Wayne, just the letter G, Wayne.
That's his Christian name.
He's kind of like a low rent, like Chris Tucker or something, kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's got 2 credits. One is the Lesbian Homie. The other is a TV series called Shoot Your Shot.
Oh man, that might be the next one.
Is Shoot Your Shot on Tubi?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So yeah, I mean that's about it, right? We leave it with what's the last thing we see?
The last thing we see in the first episode,
Bruce is definitely feeling some kind of way because she blew him off.
I think that's how the first one doesn't end with that. The first one doesn't end with her crying in bed after they had sex the first time. No. Oh man, I know how the second one ends.
All right,
the first one.
Well, yeah, I think more or less we leave it. Bruce is clearly into her, and she is probably into him a little bit too, but is.
Oh, she definitely is.
Pushing it down.
She does. Now, okay. All right. I may be jumping ahead. Now, is there a scene in this episode where E is out with her lesbian friends and she sees her one friend's nails? And
yes.
Then, okay.
Yeah. That's how she figures out that he's been hitting the friends too, because they all got their nails done.
well, yeah, when studs get knocked down, they start getting their nails done. That shit's hilarious. The logic is great.
I wrote down a couple lines because all right, here's a question: is this movie funny Is this show funny? Like, is it actually well written, or is it funny how insane it is? Because I can't tell.
I think both. I think both because I was unaware you had all the
That
yams.
was my first line I wrote down. Bruce notices that E has a big ass early in the thing, and he says, and I quote, "I was unaware you had all the yams." And then the other line that I wrote down from that scene that was real funny, she goes, "I'm gay," and he goes, "You're looking real fucking ungay right now."
Nah, I think that's legitimately funny. Like, both of those are legitimate funny lines.
And then I liked Bruce kind of hits on her, and then she comes back and says she wants some dick, and he's kind of confused about it. He goes, "I shot my shot, and you Dikembe Mutombo'd me." Funny fact, I do watch shows with the subtitles on, and when he said Dikembe Mutombo, the subtitles just said "speaks foreign language."
I'm dying. That's hilarious.
So, yeah, did you have any other lines you thought were real funny? Because this is... Oh, and we should say that all scenes are bookended with our previous sound clip. Go ahead.
To the max.
And there's also random inserts during scenes of Bruce going like, damn, or shit.
Like, oh, it's uh-oh. Like, a whole bunch of it.
Bruce is a big guy, and E indicates that he has like a baby arm size Johnson.
Oh yeah, because that's what gets all the studs to come through. Yeah, because she's out there saying, because they notice that her hip is switching now. They're like, "What the fuck's going on with you?"
And we should mention that E and Bruce have sex in the creepiest way possible, which is she insists on keeping her underwear and her do-rag on.
Yeah, and her underwear are men's boxers,
and she cuts a hole in them, which is that feels very prison style to me. Yeah. That's a little uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. Now, have you gotten to the part where? See, I may be going ahead again. Where because of those experiences with E, he's trying to use those same things with other women?
No, I'm not there yet.
So we'll stop right there.
Okay.
All right.
So Dante, his friend, feels a way that E didn't say she wanted dick. And so there's a scene at a burger spot. Oh, I also should mention when in the nail scene when she realizes her friends are hitting him too, and the one girl says, "Yeah, we smashed a little bit," and she goes, "He gave you a dash of dick," yeah. which was a funny line.
Dash of dick is funny.
So he's reconciling with Dante at a burger spot, and this is the part where you can really, I mean, you can tell it was low budget the whole way, but the sound's really blown out in the burger spot scene.
Oh yeah.
But there's a funny part there where one of E's baddies comes up to them, and she goes, "Are you Bruce?" And he goes, "I'm Bruce as fuck."
And that's when she slaps him, right?
Yeah, because she's got a whole gang of baddies, I guess, right? Dante keeps saying something about a hezzy in that scene. Do you know what the fuck?
A hezzy.
What's a hezzy?
Yeah, a hezzy.
Educate me.
A hezzy. He's referring to basketball move.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's just it's a quick pump fake. I mean, you can be dribbling and do a hezzy.
Okay.
And just to throw somebody
short
off.
For hesitation.
Yeah, that's it.
Look, man, I don't claim to know all the slang.
Hey, man, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not the dorkiest white guy around, but sometimes I still need help. So that's the Lesbian Homie, right? I don't think we need to spend too much more time on it.
You're not the whitest Chuck I know. So,
yo. But I'll tell you what, man, I expected this to be a chore, but for whether it was the good kind of entertained or the bad kind of entertained, I was pretty entertained.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to keep going.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know what? After High School High, this was something that I really needed because High School High didn't give me the laughs like I was expecting.
Little palate cleanser.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So look forward to more Lesbian Homie discussion in the coming weeks. And episode 2, which, like you said, the first season is only 2 episodes. So we'll finish up season 1 in the next.
Oh, yeah.
So that's that.
That's that.
I think there's only one thing to say.
To the max. And we're back. We hope you enjoyed our little detour into the Lesbian Homie. Continuing on, now we're going to jump into the 1990 black comedy horror film directed and co-written by Frank Henenlotter. We're talking about Frankenhooker.
Legendary New York City trash director.
Oh, yeah. He did the Basket Case?
Brain Dead.
Yeah.
Basket Case, yeah.
And he did something else.
Good movies.
Yeah. He did a documentary recently on what was it on? It came out in like the teens.
He's a guy that's like still around too. Like he'll do conventions and things. He very much embraces his place in history as kind of a schlock director.
Yeah, he's like an archivist.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he does something like that, preserving all these films and shit now, which is cool. Because somebody has to do it. Because I get tired of things not being re-released or put on Blu-ray or 4K or anything because the negatives have been deteriorated after all this time. So to have him be in charge of preserving that kind of stuff, I mean, just for anyone to be preserving that kind of stuff, to me, is a good thing because, you know, once these things are gone, in a lot of cases, they're gone forever. So.
Yeah, that's why streaming makes me nervous because stuff can just come and go from it, which I know sounds weird because we're doing a show about a streaming app, but Tubi's a real one.
Yeah, very much. Whoever's the curator for Tubi, that person needs like a raise. Yeah, actually, how do they even get paid doing Tubi? Because
the ads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that makes sense. So, getting back to Frankenhooker. So, as the title suggests, Frankenhooker is an homage and parody of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and the world's oldest profession. So, after his fiancée is killed in a freak accident, a medical school dropout goes on a mission to resurrect her by assembling the body parts of prostitutes, unwittingly creating a nymphomaniacal monster. And that's like 10% of what happens in this film. Yeah, it's a wild scene. Very wild. So, initial reaction to Frankenhooker.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I the first time I saw it was on 35 millimeter. I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah, they played it at one of the shout out Exhumed Films. The I guess what do you call them? Repertory movie screening people that out of the Philly area have been doing it a long time. They played Frankenhooker at one of the 24-hour horror-thons that they do around Halloween. They were also the ones that they did the screening years ago of Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair that I saw.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I wish they still did stuff in Philly, but it's a little further out now, and I'm more of a house cat these days, but they're still out there doing the thing, and they're awesome.
Nice. Now, I've never seen this before, so like I have in my notes for my initial reaction, not what I expected.
No,
I didn't see that coming.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting more Frankenhooker. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing that I was expecting it to be more of an homage to the Frankenstein story, and there's a whole bunch of elements added to this that have nothing to do with Frankenstein and are very just New York in the late 80s, early 90s centric, so. Which
I got to tell you, I love a grimy pre-Giuliani New York movie.
Oh,
like that's my shit.
Yeah. This shit was awesome. It's awesome. And I also wrote, were the 80s progressive? Because the way that this movie ends, you know, it makes me question. And it's crazy because we just talked about Sleepaway Camp, where we were asking the same thing. Is this a progressive movie?
Yeah,
is it a woke movie?
There's absolutely a reading of this where you can say that, and I figure we'll save that till the end.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it's in there. You're absolutely right.
All right, so the movie opens up with a brain with an eye on it.
Yeah, that's my first question. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, and it's on the kitchen table, and it's just okay. No one is like batting an eye at this.
Yeah.
You know?
That seems anatomically incorrect, and no one seems to care. Yeah, it's weird.
None at all. You know, North Jersey's like different.
And also, a lot of the beginning was shot through a fisheye lens, which I thought was kind of cool.
That was kind of cool. Yeah. That was kind of cool. All right. We meet Jeffrey, who's our protagonist.
Jeffrey Franken. Yeah.
And we meet his fiance, Elizabeth Shelley.
But
you know,
I wrote that the brain in the kitchen seems unsanitary. By the way,
very unsanitary because the mom needed the table to make coleslaw.
Yeah,
you know, and she's like, "Pass me the ketchup, not get that brain off my fucking table."
Also,
crazy.
Also, does ketchup go in coleslaw? What the fuck, Mom?
Yeah, that's very strange. Very strange. That's. I mean, I'm asking you because ketchup don't go on my coleslaw.
No, fuck no.
Okay. Raisins and potato salad. So I don't know, where you draw the line. So,
my note, actually, I will read this verbatim. I wrote, the mom wanting Jeffrey to move his brain doesn't seem unreasonable, although I bet her coleslaw is ass. That's exactly what I wrote.
That's great. Wow. Speaking of the mom, though, I said the mom needs to leave Elizabeth alone. She doesn't need to go on no fucking diet.
Yeah, the mom is very fat shamey.
Yeah, right?
And I really liked Elizabeth. At that point, Elizabeth has a conversation with a friend of hers who does not show up in the movie ever again.
No.
She's got giant teased hair and a very exaggerated, like, New York accent, which I really enjoyed. And Elizabeth explains that she let Jeffrey try to operate on her to help her lose weight 3 times.
Stapled her stomach.
Yeah, which is like, she says he flunked out of med school, and like letting a guy that flunked out of med school operate on you 3 times, that's some rider shit.
That's really
I mean, she's...
Of course I am. I'm going to marry him. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
And obviously, I think part of the joke is that she's a very reasonable weight and doesn't really need to lose anything.
Yeah. Then we switch. Then we get the freak accident where I guess they have a Christmas birthday present for Elizabeth's father, and it's a lawnmower.
Yeah,
that Jeffrey souped up and turned into a death machine,
self-driving lawnmower.
Yeah, that he set up that could a lawnmower that's strong enough to just kill people without having to like be raised or anything. It can just go straight and just shred you up.
Yeah, and it sure does that to old Elizabeth.
Definitely does. So then we get the opening credits, and the opening credits are funny because it's a whole bunch of Jeffrey just mumbling on top of, I guess, a what is that? The anatomical woman with Elizabeth's head plastered to the top of it.
Yeah, I wrote, he's sketching on a titty, exclamation point.
Yeah, talking about the mall and E equals MC squared, a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, Jeffrey has not had a good time of it since Elizabeth passed away. That's clear.
Yeah, homie's going through it. He's definitely going through it. So after he gets done all of that, he seems to be obsessed with watching the video of the news report of Elizabeth's death.
Yeah, which is one of the best parts of the movie, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably, I wrote, the newscaster's dialogue is some of the best writing I've ever heard in a B movie.
Right. By the way, the tape of the newscast, he grabs it out of a hollowed out copy of Grey's Anatomy.
Hilarious.
And puts it into a top loading VCR, which, goddamn, that really hit my nostalgia buttons.
So the newscaster reports what began as a birthday barbecue ended in a bizarre tragedy in Hohokus, New Jersey today. It was this power mower that brought a quick end to the life of 21-year-old bride-to-be Elizabeth Shelley. Like wood through a mulcher, the girthful fiance disappeared beneath the blades of the berserk mower that sent her personality raining down upon the birthday revelers. In a blaze of blood, bones, and body parts, the vivacious young girl was instantly reduced to a tossed human salad. A salad that police are still trying to gather up. A salad that was once named Elizabeth. Like that.
God bless
so
you for
good.
writing out the whole thing. I wrote the tossed human salad bit.
Yeah, that part got me. But the girthful fiance, I was like, come on now, this is insane.
That's unnecessary editorializing.
Oh yeah, and then the police chief calling her a jigsaw puzzle. Like she was like, a jigsaw puzzle. A jigsaw puzzle.
That's a little more honest than you needed to be, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so then we meet Jeffrey's mom, who comes down while he's watching this video.
Yeah, and starts hawking him to meet a new girl.
Yeah, like it's like Elizabeth just died 2 days ago.
That's exactly what I wrote. How long has Elizabeth been dead?
Yeah, makes you wonder. Like, because she's like, yo, this girl at the grocery store, you need to go see her.
I also wrote why is the eye brain in the aquarium backlit in purple? Although they do make some kind of explanation to explain, some kind of effort to explain that later. Yeah. Jeffrey, I'm worried about you. No shit. Like he looks like he hasn't slept in quite a while.
Oh yeah.
And I also wrote, is his mom Italian? Because she keeps going, you need to marry somebody. And then when he like kind of has a breakdown in front of her, she goes, do you want me to make you a sandwich? Yeah. That's a very Italian thing.
He pours his heart out to his mother about his mental health stability and everything. And the first thing she says, do you want a sandwich? And then says, there's a little egg salad upstairs. Like, I was like, yo, this is a cold woman.
I mean, sometimes when I'm feeling away, a sandwich is what I need. But even, I'm telling you, Jeffrey's last name is Franken. It might have been like Frankenini or something before. They might be Italian.
Well, later on, Jeffrey has an Italian dinner with Elizabeth's head. So,
yes, he does.
And then that furthers that he's really crazy. And his Italian dinner is just a slice of pizza. That's it. And some wine. He's showing the severed head pictures of the head attached to different playmates, centerfolds. And he's like, can't you see yourself in this body kneeling on Ma's couch? That shit had me dying.
He reads her a poem.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the poem.
Yeah.
I forgot about the poem.
So here's a question. Before that, he makes a stop in his garage, and he's got Elizabeth's body parts chilling in this purple liquid that they explain is some kind of estrogen solution later.
Estrogen blood serum.
Yeah, and it's bubbling. So did the blood serum bubble naturally, or did he turn that industrial freezer into some kind of jacuzzi somehow?
Just for body parts.
Yeah. He wants them to be comfortable.
Right. Yeah, because he's very thoughtful when it comes to because even later on, I mean, we'll get into that stuff.
Yeah. And then at that point after the dinner, we see that he's, I guess, addicted to drilling holes in his head. That's how he gets mental clarity.
Yeah, a trepanation. Yeah, he does it.
Trepanning. Yeah.
Yeah. He does it twice, because when he can't figure out something or when he's conflicted, he just gives himself a trepanation, and then that's when he comes to the realization of what's supposed to happen. And what is it? He can't decide where he's going to get body parts for Elizabeth.
Yeah. Then he remembers there's people selling their bodies all over right across the river.
Yeah, he's like, let's just go to late 80s New York City and scoop some girls on the deuce.
And let me just throw in, since we did so many 90s references here, there is an 80s reference because he's trying to figure out where he's going to get money. And he says, I do have my Christmas Club account.
That shit had me dying. Yeah. I was like, come on now. And then how much money he actually has. I'm like, what the fuck was he saving up for?
Yeah, I think the whole thing with Christmas clubs for those under 100 years old were this thing back in the day where you would put away some money on your paycheck to buy Christmas presents every week, and they put it in an account so you could go buy Christmas presents later in the year.
Yeah, I don't know who he was buying gifts for because he had $50,000.
Yeah, and the power company must be paying well.
Definitely. Was it New Jersey Gas and Electric? So,
it was.
So yeah, he was making good money.
And then the summary of the next scene I wrote was Jeffrey drives around scuzzy old school Times Square sounding like Saul Rosenberg from the Jerky Boys.
That's pretty good. Wait, he was in the Jerky Boys.
What do you mean?
The actor.
No.
Yeah. He was in the Jerky Boys. I think he was somebody. Let me check.
I call bullshit on that.
You call bullshit on that? What is his name? What's the actor's name? Something Lorenz.
Yeah, he doesn't have an IMDb. He didn't, or not an IMDb. He doesn't have a wiki. It wasn't a long career for him. James Lorenz is the gentleman's name.
Yeah, James Lorenz.
By the way, we should mention, I guess we'll get into it. Patty Mullen plays Elizabeth, and this was her she had 2 film roles. And honestly, I think she's pretty fucking good in this movie.
Yeah, she's actually really good in this movie. All right. Filmography. He's got over 50 credits.
Does he really?
Yeah. He was
so he was in the movie, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were saying he was a jerky boy.
Oh,
no. That was Johnny and Kamal.
No. He was in it. He played Brett Weir in the movie.
Wait, so are you a fan of the Jerky Boys at all?
I was a fan of them at the time. It wasn't something that I really followed up on.
Brett Weir is a legendary character in Jerky Boys lore. And now that you mention it, I can picture his face now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so there you go.
There you go. All right, so he goes to the deuce. He's looking for some hoes, and then this was kind of crazy. Like, he meets Amber. I think that was her name. No, he meets Mary.
Yeah,
and then through Mary, he meets Amber. But as he's talking to Mary, she asks him if he has any money. He pulls out that money, and Mary goes fucking nuts.
Somebody would have robbed his ass.
Yeah, Mary was outside of his window. As soon as she saw the money, she ran over to the other side and was like trying to break into his car and was like, "Let me in here," because she wanted that dick for that money. It was crazy.
I respect the go get him nature.
Oh, absolutely.
And so at that point, she takes him to Huevos Grande Bar and Grill to go speak to her pimp Zorro.
Zorro is probably my favorite character in the film.
Zorro's good.
Zorro's so good.
Some notes that I had about Huevos Grande Bar and Grill. There's an old wrinkled stripper performing, which is really funny. I wrote that I think I played this place before with my band on tour.
I've definitely been in that place before.
And Zorro's necklace, his iced out necklace, is clearly made of like paper mache.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that place reminded me of, and this is if you're from South Jersey reference, if you're from Atlantic County specifically reference.
Bring it local.
It kind of reminded me of like Le Grand Fromage.
And I actually did play there a number of times. Just for context, Le Grand Fromage is a place where you could very clearly see razor marks on the toilet tank from where people were banging lines previously.
Gordon's Alley.
Yeah, so the purpose there is what they're trying to organize his party because he wants a bunch of hookers to, sex workers to have a party with him.
I mean, the movie's called Frankenhooker. So
yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah, so he wants to meet a bunch of them, but it's not like he wants to. I think his intent is just to find the best one, and then take that one, and the rest can go.
Yep,
and then he's going to use her to revive Elizabeth
and
through any means.
And at that point, right, we find out about Jeffrey's new invention.
Well, first he sees Zorro giving it to some girls, and he sees how like hopped up on it they are.
Oh my god, that bathroom scene is crazy.
He goes in there, someone's fucking in the stalls.
Yeah.
Zorro's just standing there, and someone's in Zorro's ear about drugs. All types of crazy stuff.
I could smell that bathroom. You didn't need smell-o-vision.
Been there. So as Jeffrey's talking to Zorro and making the arrangement to get the hose to the hotel room, Jeffrey's like, "Yo, what's that you got in your pocket?" So Zorro's like, "Oh, this," and hands it to Jeffrey. It's crack cocaine. It looks like.
To quote the great Tracy Morgan in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, "Crack. You want some crack? Gets you high."
So Jeffrey takes the crack home, and this is where...
What an insane sentence.
Yeah, right? And this is where he makes the craziest shit I've ever seen in a film. Just, he creates super crack.
Super crack.
Actually says super crack.
Oh, no, that's a direct quote, yeah.
Yeah, and then when he starts to second guess the potential effects of the super crack, he gives himself another trepanation, and this time, absolving himself of any type of guilt, he rationalizes that the hookers are going to do crack anyway. They're going to die off the crack anyway. So if I make super crack, it'll just happen faster. And I'm not going to force them to do it. So, I mean, it sounds logical to me.
At this scene, too, by the way, he's got the news on, and there's a woman speaking about her organization, Hooker, which stands for Hold On to Our Knowledge of Equal Rights. And also on the newscast, there's a video of Zorro harassing a woman. And at that point, I wondered, what are the odds of that? Is Zorro the only pimp in New York City?
If he's not the only one, he's the greatest pimp in New York City.
He's at the top of the pimp food chain.
Absolutely. Yeah, no one has more bitches than Zorro.
He also does test the super crack on a guinea pig, and I wrote that I prefer my super crack not tested on animals.
Right, yeah.
I need a thing on the bag that says no animal testing.
No animal testing. This super crack didn't risk the lives of any animals.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we get to the party at the hotel, which is when the movie really kicks into another gear.
Yes. About 40 minutes into it, we get to the party in the hotel, and the party, it's kind of like a contest where he's looking at and examining all the women. He has on a doctor's costume outfit, which is hilarious.
I wrote down some of the prostitutes' names, by the way. You have Chartreuse, Snow, Sugar, and Monkey, which who chose that alias?
Because we already met Amber earlier with the 20-second sexy walk across the street. We already met Mary, so... After that, the magnified nipple. Yeah, that was crazy.
I wrote, nipples aren't that attractive when examined with a microscope.
No, and then he like pushes it in. I was dying.
And at that point, one of my favorite little parts, Zorro clearly has like an arrangement with the owner of this scuzzy hotel, because Zorro walks into the gross looking lobby, and this is the exact dialogue exchange. He goes, "Hey Zorro, what's up?" And Zorro goes, "Just waiting for my bitches." And the guy goes, "Oh, good." Just awesome. Just waiting for my bitches.
It's just Saturday. Like, thanks for coming back, Zorro. Oh man! So then, as that's happening inside of the room, the girls are getting a little impatient because they're like, "Yo,
choose one of us." Yeah,
you got to do this so we can go hit the block. Get this money. So then he's flipping out, and one of the best lines: "You're talking about money. I'm talking about human life." So he throws the money, the bag with the money at the girls. They take the money out, but I guess he forgot the super crack was in there too.
And somehow, when the prostitute who finds it opens the bag, she calls it super drugs. Somehow she knew that this wasn't just the regular shit. Man.
Look at this, girls. The party ain't over yet. And they all have crack pipes.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I've never been to a party where everybody had a crack pipe.
They all had them. This shit was insane. Zorro's getting impatient with all his bitches. He was like, "These hoes are playing with me." So he goes upstairs, and then the girls they're doing the super crack. They're dancing. They're listening to the devil's music, according to Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's pretty uptight.
Oh, yeah, very, very. So then the girls start kissing and shit. And then he's like, "No, that's not natural. You're not supposed to do that." And then bitches start spontaneously combusting.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's just like paper mache molds of bodies with like firecrackers at the side of them, but it looks really cool.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. Good.
No blood, no gore, really.
Yeah, except, and by the way, there's a legit brilliant shot where he like somehow attaches, somehow films from the point of view of a severed leg flying through the air.
Awesome.
That was a great shot.
Really great.
And
really
you see a little blood on that.
Oh yeah, because it's like a torpedo. That shit is awesome.
Frank was clever, man. It's a shame he only made a few movies.
So as Zorro gets to the room and opens up the door, the severed head or the exploded head of one of the bitches smacks him in the face. He gets knocked out. And then Jeffrey's like really like distraught over what just happened.
Yeah, Jeffrey didn't mean for that to happen, even though he was ready to just kill them and mix and match their body parts.
Oh, yeah. So he's grabbing up all the parts. He's talking to himself because he's always talking to himself because he's fucking nuts. And he's like,
Jeffrey shot out.
Oh, yeah. He's like, "I'm going to put you all back together. I got an estrogen-based blood serum at the house." And it's like, what?
Yeah, and at that point, my note was, is the estrogen-based blood serum the purple shit? Question mark.
Yeah. And then we find out it is the purple shit. That purple stuff that was in the fridge next to the Sunny D.
It was
estrogen-based blood serum.
We got OJ. We got estrogen-based blood serum. We got Sunny D. Sunny D!
So we see that Jeffrey is conflicted about this, and he seems to have good intentions. Like, he doesn't seem like a complete douche the entire time. He seems very conflicted. But make no mistake, Jeffrey is a genius,
Yeah.
He's done some pretty remarkable shit. So he eventually gets all the parts back to the house. He puts Elizabeth back together.
Well, but the parts include a pile of titties, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That definitely should be mentioned.
And I also wrote, when he's going through the pile of parts, he finds a foot he likes, but it has a bunion, and he starts to sand it up. I almost fucking vomited. I hate feet, dude.
He was like, "Bunyan."
And I did think at that point, it seems like the setup that he has in a residential garage would cause some power outages, but I guess we can overlook that.
Well, he works for New Jersey Gas and Electric.
Yeah,
so,
that's a good point.
He knows how to get into the grid.
So yeah, then he starts putting together Elizabeth out of spare parts.
Yeah, and then I don't know how he built a whole rig that could raise her up to the sky, classic Frankenstein style. So it's an electric storm happens, which he knew about, and
best not to ask those questions.
Yeah. But I love that after the electric storm happens, and I guess Elizabeth gets all energized or full of voltage or whatever, she comes down standing up. She's not laying down anymore. He pulls the drape off of her, and thinking that it's the Elizabeth that he loved, no, it's Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker.
Yeah. Now this is where I'm asking logical questions, because I'm like,
not the place or the movie to be doing that, but okay,
it's not. It's definitely not. But she clearly doesn't have a hooker's brain. So no. How is the hooker the dominant personality?
She starts speaking in prostitute stereotypes, things like, "You have any money?" And this seems like a good enough time to mention that the old school VHS box has a button that you would press and it would talk to. Here, there's actually a video of it on YouTube. Oh. Someone has it here.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's cool that it still works after all these years. And also, I don't know if you saw the quote on the VHS box is from Bill Murray, and it says, "If you only see one movie this year, see Frankenhooker."
Now, did you see how that came about?
No, tell me.
Okay, so Bill Murray was filming something at the same time. So he was on set a lot and was talking to a lot of the cast members of Frankenhooker and Henenlotter himself. So what happened was he was really interested in the movie. And then something happened where people were negotiating, and it appeared that Henenlotter's crew were badgering Bill Murray. So there was no contact made. He ran into Bill Murray somewhere else, and he was like, "Yo, that had nothing to do with me. I'm sorry that they were badgering you or whatever." And Bill Murray was like, "Oh, that's cool." He was like, "But if you still want the quote, you can get a quote." So that's how they negotiated.
That's
the quote
awesome.
That. Yeah.
Judging by the time frame, he was probably filming his directorial debut, Quick Change.
That may be what it was. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And then the personality is super obnoxious. On top of being a hooker, it's an obnoxious hooker personality.
Yeah. She knocks him out at that point, though.
Oh yeah, after he says she doesn't have any money.
She jumps on the side. She jumps on the PATH train to go head into the city.
Head in the city, yeah.
I wrote that when he wakes up, he gets in a car and goes after her. And I did write, I don't know where Jeffrey lives in Jersey, but she would have had time to turn a bunch of tricks before he makes it through the tunnel or over the bridge.
But then we find out she did turn some tricks.
Yeah.
Giving people explosion-inducing orgasms and shit.
Yeah, well, so she picks up this dorky guy and takes him to the sketchy hotel. Oh, yeah. And I just love how down for whatever this guy is.
Oh, yeah.
She takes off her shirt and her nipples are purple. And dude does not care.
Nah.
Dude is still ready.
He doesn't mind all the stitches, all the scratches, scars, nothing.
Did you clock the "Do the Right Thing" billboard in Times Square? I got real excited about that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool.
One of my 10 favorite movies of all time.
1989.
After she does away with the nerdy guy, a real creepy dude with a ponytail pushes up on her, and his pickup line is, "How about those Mets?" which is really funny.
That's the dude that kisses her in the hallway, right?
Yeah, and his head ends up in a trash can, which is great, which goes back to the premise that I guess we'll get to in our final thoughts, which is is this a low-key feminist thing?
So after all of that, we catch up with my man Zorro.
Yeah, at Huevos Grande.
And Zorro, this dude, I don't know who he's talking to, but this man imparts some wisdom.
Oh my God.
On Zorro.
Zorro's drunk, crying in his beer, and he says, and I quote, "One minute they're my bitches, the next minute there's pieces all over." At that point I wrote, it was really annoying. I think the guy that played Zorro should have gotten more acting.
Absolutely. Joe Gonzalez.
Oh. So the guy that he's pouring his heart out to, the Frankenhooker walks in and he starts showing some interest in her, yada, yada. They end up at a table. And he, at a certain point, just starts eating her pussy under a table.
Randomly, what? That's crazy.
And at that point, like the other guys that kissed her, he spontaneously combusts.
Right,
and I did write, spontaneously combusting while eating pussy under a table in a scuzzy bar isn't a bad way to go out.
Oh, man.
He went out doing what he loved, man.
He definitely did. But right before that, he's talking to Zorro, and Zorro's like going through it. He tells Zorro, when a man loses his hose, he loses everything. And then Zorro's like, I didn't lose them. They just blew up.
What a great scene.
They just blew up. That's what happened.
Yo, they should have that quote in a fortune cookie or something.
Oh, man.
When a man loses his hose,
he loses everything.
That is profound shit right
so
there.
Good. So good. So then Jeffrey's like outside. He's talking to this, I guess, a doomsday prep or somebody like the end is nigh.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. And the guy, the delivery of the line, she's in the bar. So then he goes over to the bar. And this is when we see that. Oh, this is after the exploding while eating pussy.
Yeah.
Happens.
Exploding. What a great movie. Jeez.
Oh, man. Zorro sees Frankenhooker, goes up to her, and it's like, this is one of my bitch's arms. It's like, who are you? She's like, who are you? He's like, no, who are you? These ain't your arms. This is my bitch's arm. That's her tattoo. And then starts saying the names of all the bitches.
Which, by the way, should we go through them again?
Yes, we
Chartreuse, Snow, Sugar, and Monkey.
Oh, man. So
Chartreuse is a good hooker name. I'm not sure Monkey is.
No, Chartreuse is like insane. Like I don't think I've ever heard anyone's name Chartreuse.
The beers. Do you remember in Death Proof, Quentin Tarantino? He goes, Chartreuse. The liquor's so good they named a color after it. I'm just pulling out all sorts of shitty impressions today.
Hey man, more impressions.
Okay. So listen, Daryl. So Frankenhooker is inspired by a 1970s Italian film. Okay.
That's a great Quentin.
Thank you.
A great Quentin.
Thank you. It makes up for my Mike Tyson earlier.
There's always room for redemption. Oh man. So after Zorro confronts Frankenhooker about having one of his bitch's arms, he
another insane sentence.
He almost punches her head clean off.
He does.
Like, oh, excuse me.
Zorro doesn't know his own strength.
No, he doesn't. So then, what? Jeffrey shows up. He revives Elizabeth. What? Yeah, he shows up.
He takes her back to the garage.
Right.
At that point, somehow he knows how to make her herself again.
Yeah.
He zaps her into being normal again, is what I wrote.
Yeah.
And at that point, Zorro shows up and jumps up behind Jeffrey and just decapitates his ass.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I love a good low budget severed head. I really get a kick out of that. And my final note at that point is the moral of this story is don't mess with Zorro's bitches.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
definitely not. But before that even happens, after she's revived, the first thing Elizabeth says to Jeffrey, she's like, "How did you do it?"
Yeah,
key information right there.
Yeah,
because that comes into play 5 minutes later when she
he says he can only revive women because it's an estrogen based cocktail. And so he gets his head cut off, and the tag on it is that she puts him back together from his detailed notes, except it's his head and a female body.
Yeah. So that's Frankenhooker. So Elizabeth revives Jeffrey as a trans woman.
Yeah, no, it's it's a pretty forward-thinking movie in some ways.
Oh yeah. So, final thoughts on Frankenhooker?
Frankenhooker fucking rules. That's my final thought.
Yes, it does.
And so, I don't know that this movie deserves a lot of digging into the underlying themes, but it's kind of worth asking if it was meant to be kind of, I don't want to say feminist. Here, I'll just read this Letterboxd review that I think sums it up. It says, if you chose to, you could view this film as a feminist masterpiece and a brilliant satire of Reagan-era dehumanization. You could do that. I wouldn't stop you.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like, It's a crazy movie.
Yeah, like dudes wouldn't just let her be dead and she comes back and just like makes a bunch of them blow up in retaliation. Because I wrote in my Letterboxd review, like, this movie doesn't portray sex workers in the greatest light, but
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
I mean, they all had crack pipes on them.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Frankenhooker's kind of a feminist icon.
I think so, especially with the way that it ends.
Yeah, and she's good. Like, it's a pretty good performance. Like, she's got some good physical comedy. Like, I don't know why Patty Mullen didn't work more.
Yeah, this was like the last thing she did, right?
Like I was joking about Zorro being a good actor, but I legitimately think it's a pretty good performance from Patty Mullen.
I wasn't joking about Zorro being a good actor. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm a Joe Gonzalez guy.
Oh, I thought I was going to say Tony Gonzalez, but he played tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's right. What about you? Final thoughts on Frankenhooker?
Oh man, Frankenhooker's awesome. It's a blast. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I actually watched a interview from New Jersey Horror Con.
Okay.
From like 2019.
Who were they interviewing?
Lorenz and Patty Mullen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Patty Mullen came in there with purple hair and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. They were both like spaced out though.
It's good that she still leans into it, as opposed to Pamela Springsteen, who's like, I'm a photographer now. Right. I'm not going to be Angela. Yeah. I don't know that's what. She's probably just wanted to move on with her life, so I'm mostly teasing. But I do love that, when people acknowledge that they're famous for silly things.
Yeah, I think Pamela Mullen, this is all she has. Like,
she was in one other movie.
Yeah, before this, though.
Yeah, no, she's, I don't know what Patty Mullen.
I forget what it's called. I do want to watch it, though, because she's the lead in that other movie, too.
Is she?
Yeah. So I definitely want to
the film is called Doom Asylum from 1988.
Yes, that's what it is.
I don't know. The cover looks pretty cool. The tagline is, it'll send shivers up your funny bone.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, the moral of the story here is watch Frankenhooker. And do you want to preview what we got coming in a couple of weeks here?
Yeah, in a couple of weeks, we're doing 2 movies from the childhood.
Doom Asylum's on Tubi.
Hey, there we go.
Go on, sorry.
We're doing 2 movies from the childhood. 2 movies I haven't seen in decades. Kind of backdooring a little idea that I had. Not even backdooring it, just doing it.
Backdooring it. Pause.
Hey, so we're doing Surf Ninjas with Leslie Nielsen, Ernie Reyes Jr., and Rob Schneider.
Yeah, we'll get into all that when the time comes.
Oh yeah, and we're also.
I might have some takes.
Yeah, sure. Wait, when was the last time you seen Surf Ninjas?
I've never seen Surf Ninjas.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, this is awesome.
No, I'm a newbie.
Awesome. Okay, like I was a newbie with these with Frankenhooker.
Yeah.
All right, and then the other movie we're covering, one of my favorites from the 90s, Charlie Sheen's star-making classic, The Wraith.
Yeah, Stephen Dorff too, right?
Is Stephen Dorff?
Oh no, that's The Gate. I'm thinking of The Gate. Sorry.
Yeah. So The Wraith. We won't go into synopsis, but they're both on Tubi. You should just check them out.
Yeah, it seems like they live there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Surf Ninjas. I've been looking for Surf Ninjas for years.
Some stuff rotates in and out, but there's certain, like Frankenhooker, you should be able to find that on there whenever. It seems to just live there.
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere.
That's a disclaimer that we do offer, is that we can't promise that everything you watch will still be there when you go to watch it. Also, shout out to Be or Not To Be, the other podcast with a similar premise to ours.
Absolutely.
We figure there's room for 2 Tubi podcasts in the world, and if anybody knows those guys, get at them. Tell them we want to do a collab.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's going to be that, right?
Yeah, that's
and more Lesbian Homie next time.
More Lesbian Homie next time. All right, we're signing off. Anything else you want to say before we go? Because I'm just going to say go Colts.
Screw Flanders.
Hey.